Thanks to the prayers, all of you, that I'm back among all of you. And I missed all of everybody's association.
Happy to be
So I'm very, very happy to be back amongst all of you. And this Bhakti Vriksha week 6 we are on today, and this is the fourth session that we are doing. So this third 3 classes that we have done, I am today trying to, I'm trying to kind of give a glimpse of the entire 3 sessions. So I hope I had sent out 2 videos about gross and subtle body. I'm not sure how many of you have, have you gone through it? Because if you've gone through it, then understanding today's class would be easy. So I'm sure there are a lot of newcomers today in the class. So you can be just a little patient. Slowly we'll understand all these things. So from 3:45 to 4 o'clock, we do one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and from 4 o'clock, we start the class. I request if everybody can join for the japa, it will be great to chant together. So we'll start today's class, and I'll share the screen. So we always begin our class with offering our prayers to Srila Prabhupada, who's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. And we pray to him for his mercy. We bow down and we offer our respects to him. We say our prayers that he is servant of his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. And it is because of Prabhupada, like how he preached to the Western world and he removed the ignorance from their life. Similarly, we request Prabhupada that he removes ignorance from our life also, that we move from darkness to light and we make our human form of life successful. So we always begin our prayers by praying to Srila Prabhupada, and then we pray to Panchatattva. And then we begin our class. So this is our first screen of our present session today. If you have ever noticed in any office, we have a level of people. Like how at the lowest level we will find that we will have an office boy or a peon who shifts file from one desk to the other, or who gets coffee for us, who does all kind of small supporting jobs for the rest of the people. So we consider that the office staff is at the lowest level. Then above him comes the normal staff. They are senior to that office boy, right? So after him, above the office staff, we have the manager. And above the manager, we will have the boss of the company. Right. So similarly, in our human body also, we have a different level of understanding. Like it's like a pyramid. So we, from the bottom, V is the lowest thing, the smallest, how the office boy is. Similarly, from the bottom of the pyramid is the smallest thing, smallest element, and above that grows higher and higher. So this is what I shared just now. You can have a look at again and we will discuss. So at the bottomest level, we have our five senses in our human body. Now, we're not discussing about office. An office thing, I gave it as an example for you to understand. Now we are talking about our own human body. So in our human body, we have five senses. So what are they? We see from our eyes, that is one sense. We hear from our ears, right? We taste with our tongue. And then we touch. There is a sense of touch. And then there is smell. We smell with our nose. Now, these are five senses are supposed to be at the bottommost level of our human body. Now, senior to that, and whatever information we are gathering in our life, we collect information from all these five senses. For example, we smell a good smell of flowers from our nose, and we get an experience that yes, rose has a beautiful smell, right? How do we get that knowledge that roses has a wonderful smell? We get that knowledge from our nose, because our nose tells us that yes, this is a rose is a very, very beautiful flower, right? Similarly, from our eyes, we see a beautiful painting. From our eyes, we see, yes, this house is very big, this garden is very nice, or this place is full of dump. It's like garbage. All garbage is lying here. So how do we get all that knowledge? We get those knowledge from our eyes. Similarly, the sound. So people who cannot hear, they definitely cannot, but those who can hear, they understand that yes, there are different levels of sounds from which again we get a lot of knowledge. Then from the sense of tongue, we taste, we can differentiate whether something is sweet, whether something is salted. So how do we get that knowledge of taste? We get it through our tongue. Or hot or cold, the coffee is hot and the cold drink is cold. How do we get it? We get to know, understand it from our tongue. And then we have the touch. Something is like we are holding a ball of cotton, or we are holding some very hard surface like a piece of wood. How do we differentiate these two things? From our touch, the perception of touch. When we touch something, we get to know that yes, this is soft, this is hard, this is rough, this is smooth. So we get all these knowledge, whatever we are learning in life. Like all of you are now attending the class. How are you getting this knowledge? You're getting knowledge from your eyes, right? How am I speaking? I'm speaking from my mouth. I'm giving knowledge from my mouth and you're receiving knowledge from your eyes. So for these five senses are supposed to be at the bottom of the pyramid. They are at the lowest level of our body. We get all knowledge from these senses. Now, above these senses, the senior, as we say, the staff is senior to the office boy. So similarly, the next level in our body is the mind. What does the mind do? Mind is like a supercomputer. Remember, mind is like a supercomputer. mind will collect all that information which senses are giving. So whether something is tasty or whether something is beautiful or something is soft, and how whatever information we are collecting from our senses, it goes and store in our mind. So mind can just keep on traveling here and there. It can keep on desiring this, because it gets all its information from the senses. Now, above the mind is intelligence. So now mind is collected like a supercomputer, it has collected information. But how to use that information? Whether to use that information in a good way or whether to use that information in a bad way, that is decided by intelligence. So intelligence is like the manager. And now above this manager is the boss. And who is the boss in our body? In our body, the boss is the soul. Okay, so this is the level, my dear friends, which you all should remember, starting from our senses, then the mind, then the intelligence, and then above the intelligence is the soul. So soul is at the topmost level. Soul is the boss of our body. So today we are going to talk about the boss, right? So this soul, which is not visible, which none of us can see, is covered by two kind of bodies. So as you can see it in the figure, so there are three layers you can see. One is the outer body, then there is small body, then there inside a small light, tiny light you can see, that is the soul. So I'll just share the picture again. So you can see three levels within the human body. So can you see three layers? There is a tiny spark, and then there is a smaller body, and then there is a bigger human body that we have, right? So this is actually the picture is a way to explain how it is. It doesn't look like that, but then that is a way for us to make us understand. Now we are talking about the two layers. Okay, so soul is separate. We are talking about two layers, right? Now, whatever you can see, like you can see Saurav, he's talking, he's moving his hands, he's trying to explain you. Whatever you can see outside, it is called a gross body. Okay, and the other body which is inside this gross body, which is not visible like a soul, it is called a subtle body. Okay, so we have got three things now. We have got soul, and the outer coverings are called subtle body and a gross body. Is it clear? Can I move on? So gross body means the whatever is visible to our eyes, whatever you can see outside is all all called a gross body. We can touch, we can see, we can hear, we can clean this gross body. Why? Because we can see it. We can touch this body because we can see it. Now, all the sufferings, like today, all these 3-4 months, I was not well. So, what was happening? My gross body was having a problem. So, whatever, like Saurav has got fever today. What part is he having fever? His soul doesn't have a fever. His subtle body doesn't have a fever. His gross body has a fever. Whatever is outside, his body has got some fever. So, whatever suffering we have, my head is aching, or I'm having cold, or I have fever, or I've met with an accident, whatever is happening, it is happening to this outer body. And then this body is perishable, which means when we die, this body is destroyed. I'm sure, unfortunately, if in all of our families, someone or the other person has died. So what do we do when that person died? We perform last ceremony, we take last rites, and we go and cremate that person. You know, we offer the body to the fire, and the body is burnt out. So this outer body, it is perishable. It is temporary. It is destroyed at the time of death. When we die, this body is destroyed. It's finished. Whether it goes for 30 years, 40 years, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever years it has to live, it lives, and then this body is destroyed. So this gross body is made up of 5 elements. First element, it is made up of earth. Second, it is made up of water. Third, it is made up of air. Fourth, it is made up of fire. And last, it is made up of sky. Right? So this gross body is, it is made up of 5 elements. It is called Panch Mahabhut. Panch is 5. Right? So when the screen that I shared, you can see the pictures of all these 5 elements. elements. The videos that I shared today on WhatsApp, that is also explaining the same thing about the gross body. If you have seen the videos, you can go back again and you can see these videos again. So this gross body is made up of these 5 elements. So is the gross body part clear? Whatever is visible, it is gross body. Gross body is not permanent. Whatever is suffering is there, is happening to this gross body. And at the time of death, this body is destroyed. So these are the main points that you must remember about this gross body. You can jot down, whoever is interested in writing, they can write down, but you can also watch the video again at WhatsApp group that I've sent. So now we move to the second layer. As I said, that the soul has 2 layers. Soul has 2 coverings. One is gross body and one is subtle body. So we have finished learning about gross body, right? Now we are going to learn about subtle body. What is a subtle body? So this subtle body is not visible to our eyes. And it is also, but it is not permanent as how the body is destroyed at the time of death. This subtle body is not destroyed. Okay, so we'll move on and we'll understand what happens to the subtle body when the body dies, when the gross body outer cover dies, then what happens to the subtle body. So we learn in this presentation. So now what is this subtle body made up of? Like we learned that the gross body is made up of 5 elements, right? Earth, water, air, fire, space or sky. So now we will learn what is subtle body made up of. So you remember in the beginning, we were talking about mind and intelligence. We were talking about that office thing, how senses, then mind, then intelligence, then soul, right? Remember? So now the subtle body is made up of 3 things. They are mind, intelligence. The third is false ego. So we'll have a look at the screen. Okay, so now we will begin with subtle body. The first thing we will take is the mind. So for subtle body also, I have shared a video. I request that after the class, all of you please watch these videos, because if 3-4 times, if you see this video, it will be very easy for you to understand what is gross body and what is subtle body. Otherwise, you will tend to get confused. So I would suggest that couple of times, 3-4 times, you watch these videos, and probably in the next class, you can come back with questions on these things. So now, as I said, that subtle body is made up of 3 elements. First is the mind. So now, what is the job of the mind? As I said in the beginning of the session, that mind collects all the information from senses. From my nose, I'm experiencing something, from my taste, from my eyes, from touch, from ears, whatever knowledge I'm collecting, it goes and stored in the brain like a supercomputer. So once it collects all this information, it starts feeling, it starts desiring. So mind will be thinking, oh my God, this is such a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful, piece of furniture. I want to buy it. How? So mind has seen this from the eyes, some beautiful thing, and then it feels, and then it starts desiring. I want it. I want to possess this. I want to buy this. So, some ladies in the class, if they go to market, in some showroom, they will see a beautiful sari. They will feel so nice. Oh my God, I want to, next time, I will tell my husband, next time you bring me to market, I want to buy this sari. So how are you getting all that information? You are getting information from your eyes. So when you see it, that data, like a supercomputer, it goes and gets stored in your mind. And does wonder, what does the mind do? Mind starts desiring. So secondly, if mind likes something, it will accept. And if it doesn't like it, if it rejects. Okay, so work of the mind is, it is thinking, then it is feeling, and then it is desiring. Now, if it is not liking something, so if one lady go to a showroom, if she doesn't like a sari, oh, it is not good, or it is very expensive, she'll reject it. And if she likes it, and whatever, then she'll say, oh, no, 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 I want to take it. So the mind is constantly playing game, and it is constantly telling that I want to take it, or I want to reject it. So this is what mind is constantly doing. So this is just a small example I've given you. But in life, we can see so many things. What does the mind do? Mind keep on storing data, and then it keeps on telling you that no, I want it and I don't want it. I want it, I don't want it. So it is simply collecting information from, the senses. Senses will giving information, and then it processing like a computer. It processes, and then it sends a signal. Oh yes, I want it, I don't want it. Now this mind is very like a very small naughty child. It keeps on demanding, it keeps on demanding, and it is uncontrolled. You cannot control this mind. So at the second level, I'll just down the screen. So above this mind comes the intelligence. And what does the intelligence do? Intelligence would tell you, no, no, no. This is, don't try to spend extra money. If you go in your house, you see the cupboard, you have a lot of sarees. Don't do this. Or if some child is not studying and want thinking that, I'll go to school and I'll do some cheating in the exam. The mind is saying that, no, no, I don't want to study. I will do some cheating. I'll try to finish this question paper. No, but the intelligence will tell, no, cheating is a bad thing. You should not do cheating. You should be honest. So can you understand the difference? Mind is telling you all good and bad things, but above it, mind is the intelligence which tells you what is good and what is bad for you. Right? So are you able to understand the difference? And third thing, subtle body is made up of false ego. Now it is little difficult to understand, but still we'll try to see what is false ego. False ego means we think that, I am this body, which means actually when we die, as I said, that our body is burnt. So which means our body is not permanent. What is permanent? Our soul is permanent. But we are constantly thinking, no, this is my body, this is my family, this is my house, this is my job, this is my bank account, my car. But in actuality, nothing belongs to us. Everything is temporary. Everything gets over when we die. We don't take any, all of you would have heard, we don't take anything when we die. We go empty handed. But the whole life, what are we thinking? This is my family, this is my bank, this is my money, this is my car, this is my body. I'm an Indian, I'm a girl. We are trying to identify ourselves with our body. So these are the things which is, which a subtle body is made up of. We understood what gross body is made up of, and now we've understood what is subtle body is made up of. So have you got little understanding? So Saurav, you want to break?
Yes, Mataji. Short break would be.
Short break. Then for today, the session is over. We'll go take questions now. Okay. Thank you. We were trying to do some japa. Some new people are there, so I was thinking to engage them in japa. They can raise their hands and ask questions.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So I understood the entire session today. And there is something I want to ask you.
Yes.
So the two layers on top of the soul. My basically question is, why were we given souls? Why did God give us a soul? Or why did we come here?
We are parts and parcels. We are parts of the Lord. We are like, how do you say, like how your mother brought you into this world? How did you come into this world? You came in the womb of your mother, right? Your mother wanted to have a child. So similarly, we are children of God. But why we came into this world is because we wanted to come and enjoy separately from Krishna. So it is said that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And
Mataji, here I have a question. What do I say? When we say we, what are we talking about? That we wanted to have separate. It's the soul which wanted to enjoy separately?
right, the soul wanted to enjoy separately from the Lord. So the soul was not happy living with Krishna. And wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna. So Krishna created this material world, this earth planet, Krishna created, and he said, okay, you go separately and enjoy. But how do we enjoy just as a soul? So that is why we are given a body. Because only through a body we can enjoy in this world. But if we live with Krishna, we don't need a material body. We don't need this gross body. We can just be as a soul and we can enjoy with Krishna. But when we have to come into this world, when we come on this earth planet, then we have to take the form, we have to take a body. That body can be human being body, that body can be an animal body, that body can be an insect body, it can be any body. And all that depends on whether you have done good things in life or whether you have done bad things in life. If you have done good things, probably you will get a human body. Or if you have done very bad things, then you will get some animal body. But the requirement of body is because the soul cannot function separately in this world without having a body. Is it clear? So when we progress in our presentation, probably I'm seeing you for the first time. When we progress slowly in the session, we will learn more about these things. But that's a very good question. Have you seen the videos that I've sent about gross and subtle body? And also you can subscribe to the ISKCON, deaf community channel. And there are a lot of videos there. You can start watching them.
There is one very clear near his place, he says, Mataji.
Sorry?
There is one very close to his place, he's saying.
ISKCON temple.
Yeah, 6 kilometers.
Oh, that's nice. He can visit. If he can read, he can take books and he can read.
No, Mataji, reading doesn't help. The language there is
Okay.
not, yeah. But then these videos, these sessions help. That's why I'm here.
Okay. So I'll see if I can post some, previous links, or you can subscribe. Have you seen the subscription on YouTube? You can subscribe to the ISKCON channel and you'll find many videos there.
Okay, sure.
Class.
Hi, how are you, Mataji? Tunni Mataji is
Hare
saying.
Krishna. Thank you to Nim Mataji. I'm fine. I'm better. And I'm gaining strength slowly. Thanks to the prayers.
Great. Okay, Mataji. So regarding the gross body, as you explained, made up of 5 elements. So easy to understand, but the subtle body had like 3 things.
Yeah.
So automatically, these various kinds of so the gross body is different, but subtle body is difficult to control, Mataji. Automatically you feel, you feel anger, you see something and you want to warn them, or something like that, no? The
So
feelings
that is why,
can that be controlled? How do we work on it?
yes, that is why we are talking about the second level, the intelligence level. Now, how to use that intelligence? So when we become Krishna conscious, when we start chanting, when we go down in this class, when especially this session that we are doing,
So she's basically not talking about her self, I think. She's saying that yeah, she's talking about herself only, related to how her people, behave in front, especially her children, her child. So it is only because of the child she gets angry sometimes. As her parents are fine, her parents are fine and nice, uh, don't trouble her much, but her kid troubles her a lot. That's why sometimes she gets angry.
and that's okay. Being a mother and child relationship, getting angry is fine. You need to, you need to discipline the child, right? So that anger is fine, but anger between a mother and a child is fine, because if you're not angry, then how will you discipline your children? But I'm sure we are having these classes and you are chanting for a long time.
So now she's saying that her kid's not a kid anymore, is grown up and doesn't listen to uh, yeah, meeting different people in school, different children, different kinds of children, listening to what those
Mm,
kids plan and plot. He says that it was good when he
correct.
was young. Growing up class 9, class 10th, he's totally gotten spoiled.
Right, I understand, because it nowadays the world of outside world with children and with so much of gadgets and computers and phones, things are really bad and it is very difficult to control children. Perfectly understand. Why don't you inspire your son to do little bit of chanting? Are you feeding him prasadam? Are you offering bhoga to the Lord and are you giving him prasadam? Yeah, so that will save him. You do not worry. You just chant for him, and somehow, if possible, even if 10 times, even 10, 11 times, just inspire him that can he chant.
Avoids her, doesn't listen to her.
Yeah, so you can just pray for
She
your
hasn't
children
tried asking
actually.
to. She says that
So
she.
you must try, and whenever the child is in good mood, you can talk to that child and you can inspire that, just for my happiness, can you just chant 10 times? Can you just 10? And slowly, if Krishna is willing, if your prayers are sincere, then he might get develops interest in chanting. And even if he chants just one round, just 108 times in a day, then don't worry, he will not get spoiled. Krishna will take care of him. But the first step is, you as a mother, you have to inspire your child to do some chanting. I'm sure initially he will not do 108 times, even if 5, 10 times, 20 times, even if he chants. Or
Mataji,
slowly you can, sorry.
yeah, please go on,
Yeah,
Mataji.
you
What I miss, mm, yeah, didn't
can
hear you.
just inspire him in some way. Tulsi you're offering to the Lord, you make sure that the child eats that tulsi. Never even one day leave the prasad. In your tiffin, his tiffin also you should pack prasadam, so that the children he's meeting, those children also get to eat prasadam. The power of prasadam is very, very strong. Don't underestimate the power of prasadam. Having a prasadam once, you do not understand how powerful it is. So make sure that you always pack prasadam in his tiffin box. Okay, try these things and we'll see, and pray to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
She says that she is doing all she can, but hasn't tried
Yeah,
to
that's all. That's
talk to
all.
her child.
Our duties are our
No, she's
parent
basically
duty of
saying
a
that she
parent
is
is
trying to be as spiritual as possible, but for her child, she is worried.
actually, see, Saurabh, in these days, we really have to start very early. When the child is born, 2, 3 years, 5 years, that is the time we have to start training them in spiritual topics. If we start at the age once they are teenagers, then it is very difficult, and they are getting exposed to so many things in the outside world. So that is too late actually. If we want to start, we have to start really early with children. It is not their fault also. The kind of exposure they're getting from outside world is very dangerous.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So today I understood about the gross body and the subtle body, and my question was that after taking bath every day morning, I do my puja to Krishna, and then I come back from work, and then for the bhoga,
Yeah.
acha, so in the morning I do the bhoga and everything with after bathing, of course. But in the evening when I come back from work, I would just wanted to ask that should I be bathing first and then offering the bhoga?
Yeah, yeah, preferably. Yes, definitely. Because we have gone out, we are exposed to so many dirty things. So it's better to take a bath and then prepare bhoga.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Pranali.
Krishna.
It's been a long time we didn't see Anutama Mataji. It's really nice to see you after such a long time. Very happy to see you.
Thank you.
Hope you're feeling better, Mataji.
Yes, I am feeling much better. Thank you so much. Thanks to the prayers.
All right, great, Mataji. So my question is that okay, Mataji, she says that she's not happy with her family, she's not happy, her school, she's not happy, she feels she's suffering. So is it possible to move to ISKCON, and if they have like a hostel facility, she wants to stay there?
No, for girls at least it's not. Um, they do not have any, and she's looks very young also to me. What is she doing?
She's a student, Mataji. School.
So even for elders, also for women, we do not have this facility of having women as a hostel. Um, even not even India, not even abroad. Only for men, we have the sannyasis or the brahmacharis who are living in the temple. But for us, it is not there. For women, it is not there. So, what is the kind of problems are you facing at home or in your school or whatever, wherever you are?
So she feels that the school is not a peaceful environment. There are people fighting always, students fighting. She's not happy. She wants to move to a peaceful
What
environment.
class is she in? What class is she in?
She's in eighth month.
Oh, she's so small. She's like my daughter's age. My daughter is also in eighth. What are your parents do? Are your parents hearing or are they?
She's at a hostel, Mataji. Her parents are not with her. Parents are back home in some other place.
Oh, she's living in a hostel.
Her parents are hearing.
Your parents are hearing. Have you discussed this with your parents?
No, she feels that it's, she said that she doesn't feel comfortable saying it to her parents because they might, uh, not believe her and just scold her for something, and it'll become even more difficult.
Mhm. See, Pranali, you are very, very small right now. You are so small, such a little girl that you are right now. And apart from fighting, do you feel safe in your hostel?
It's not safe, Mataji. It's
See, then I would really, really suggest that you should open up to your parents and discuss with them. Whether they scold you or whether whether they fight with you, if you are not feeling safe there, then you must bring it to the notice of your parents. See, even if there is provision of girls living in
parents.
ISKCON,
Yeah, I think she said that to her parents, but parents don't take it seriously. They said that don't worry about it, nothing's gonna happen. Let it be types.
oh, so the children are fighting constantly. Or what is it a girls' hostel she's staying in?
It's a girls' hostel.
Okay. So you need not worry on those things, Pranali. I would suggest that you should, can you read?
Yeah, Mataji, yeah.
She can
She
read?
has been reading. She can read, Mataji.
She can read. So if is there any temple close to you? Is there any ISKCON temple? Can you get hold of some good books? You should get hold of one book called Krishna Book, where you
Oh,
get
it's
live
gone, Mataji.
stories.
There's no ISKCON near
No
her.
ISKCON. So if she can read English, or is she any other language which she's very comfortable in? She's good at reading English.
English is good, Mataji.
English is good.
She's
So I
learning.
can send
Yeah,
her some
English is good.
books. I can send her some good books. So what she should do actually, she should chant and take protection of the Lord, and nothing will happen to her. You surrender to the Lord, you surrender to Krishna, and you say that I am very disturbed. Like how you talk to your friend, how you're talking to me right now. How are you talking to me now is similarly you should talk to Krishna in the same way. Keep a photo of Krishna, take a picture of Krishna and keep it in your room, and
I speak to
daily
Krishna every day, Mataji. I tell her. I tell
you
him.
speak and you read books and you try it, and you don't I know it is very easy to say, but try not to get affected by whatever is happening, whatever things people are doing around you. Just do not worry. See, because Pranali, even if you somehow move somewhere else. Even if you go to your house, what is the surety that there will not be any problem there? Is there any surety there?
Mataji.
So, Pranali, I would just end up by saying we will talk to you again, probably next class. I would just like to say that there is no happiness wherever you go. Whether you go to your house, whether you go move to ISKCON or you go to hostel, you go every day. What you have to change is you have to change yourself. It is very difficult to change other people. Don't even expect people to change. All you have to do is just bring a change in yourself. So I don't think we can solve this problem in just 5 minutes here. Maybe probably I'll talk to you some other time. Okay, I will see if I can talk to you through some other deaf or through some interpreter. I'll have a word with you separately.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Can you remove the spotlight and replace?
Yeah, who to spotlight?
Yeah, just me only. I'll just say bye and thank you to everybody.
You have to turn on your video, Mataji.
हाँ, just turn it. इसको बंद कर दो लाइट. बहुत ज़्यादा लाइट है. So thank you so much. Saurabh, you can also be there.
Oh, okay. 1 minute.
Yeah. So I'd like to say thank you, and I would really, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to extend my gratitude to everybody who's here for really praying for me that I have come out of this problem, and continue to pray, continue to do your prayers, and please bless me so that I can continue to be with all of you and continue to serve you and bring some happiness in your life. I would really request you to please start chanting. If you're not doing it, please at least join the class for chanting. That'll be a great thing. And the videos that I post, that you please see them, because if you see those videos, then understanding of class becomes much better. So I appreciate that. If you want, I can repost those videos in the group. Kindly go through them so that the next class we can have a clearer understanding of the subject matter. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.